Hello, Internet. It's time to read the Bible some more. All right, so we're going to do July 6th reading, beginning with First Chronicles, chapter 2, verse 18, to chapter 4, verse 4. It's more lists. I actually don't know how long the list goes on. Um, I guess we'll find out. I do believe we get to the cool, like, in exile stuff soon. Um, but anyway, uh, towards the end of the last video, I kind of slipped into Russian for like half a second. I'm going to take that as a sign to just go full Russian. So, Caleb, the son of Hezron, had two wives, Azubah and Jeroiath. These are the children of Azubah, Jeshur, Shobab, and Ardan. The Azubah's death, After Azubah's death, Caleb married Ephrath, who presented him with a son, Hur. Her son was Uri, and Uri's son was Bezalel. Hezron married Machir's daughter at the age of 60, and she presented him with a son, Zegub. Machir was also the father of Gilead. Segub was the father of Jair, who ruled 23 cities in the land of Gilead, but Jeshur and Aram razed these cities from him and took Kenath and its 60 surrounding villages. Soon after his father Hezron's death, Caleb married Ephrathah, his father's widow, and she gave birth to Ashur, the father of Tekoa. I think that's the crab from Moana. Anyway, and these are the sons of Jeramiel, the oldest son of Hezron. So Ram was the oldest, and it was Buna, Oren, Ozim, and Ahijah. Jerahmeel's second wife, Atara, was the mother of Onan, the sons of Ram, Maaz, Jamin, Echir. Onan's sons were Shammai and Jadab. Shammai's sons were Nabdab and Abishur. The sons of Abishur and his wife were Ephail, Hirahban, and Bolid. Nadab's sons were Seled and Apibim. Seled died without children, said. But Apaim had a son named Ishi. Ishi's son was Shishan, and Shishan's son was Ali, spelled Ahlie, not like the English word ally,Ally. Anyway, Shammai's brother Jad had two sons, Jether and Jonathan. Jether died without children. Sad again. But Jonathan had two sons named Peleth and Zaza. Shishan had no sons. And what's he gonna do at this point? That's three in a row. Anyway, he gave one of his daughters. He gave one of his. Oh, I didn't finish the sentence because the no sons thing cut me off. Or my brain off. The verse kept going. So Shishan had no sons, although he had several daughters. He gave one of his daughters to be the wife of Jarha, his Egyptian servant, and they had a son whom they named Attai. Attai's son was Nathan. Nathan's son was Zabad. Zabad's son was Ephlau.Ephlau's son was Obed. Obed's son was Jehu. Jehu's son was Azariah. Azariah's son was Helez. Helez's son was Eliasha. Elias's son was Sismai. Sismai's son was Shalom. Shalom's son was Jechamiah. Jechamiah's son was Ilshama. The oldest son of Caleb, Jeremiah's brother, was Misha. Well, Misha is good bear. Good bear from a video game I play. Well, not anymore. My computer is too stupid. I should I tangent? It's a list. You need a break and I need a break. So the game was Heroes of the Storm. And so Heroes of the Storm is a Blizzard game, and Blizzard has lots of properties, and they put all of the people, well, not all the people, but a lot of the people from the different properties in the game, and you fight each other in a. You don't need to know that part. But anyway, the character Misha is Lady Bear, who is controlled by a half orc, half ogre named. I remember the bear, I don't remember the person. I like him. Why cannot I? He was friends with Chen the Panda. Hmm. I'll look it up later. But anyway, Misha was good girl. She was very good at running over people and stunning them so you could hit them with your axe. He's a very unique hero too because you control two people at the same time. You control Rexar. Rexar was named. Rexar was orc ogre hybrid, and he had pet Misha, and you controlled both at once on same screen with the same amount of buttons. It was difficult, but it was fun. I liked Rexar a lot. He was not my main or anything, but he was a fun character. I both lore wise. He had more had more animals too, but they were not controlled at the same time. He had eagle. He could chuck at you like baseball, and he had boars that he would like blow a horn and they would run at you. And did you have anything else? I think that was the main. I think that was all. Yes, those were the three animals he had in the game. Because in the World of Warcraft lore that he came from, he was like a beastmaster, you know, champion of the horde kind of thing. Introduced in a Warcraft 3. Uh, that was a fun game too. He was like bonus content or something. I have gone on long tangents. I have recovered from list. We will now continue reading because Misha. now I have to find Misha again. I'm sorry. Um, you have to remember I am doing these videos back to back. So I had list, little break, and I needed the moment to recover my strength. All right. So let's see. We had the daughters, and then Oba's son, oldest son was Caleb. Ah, oldest son was of Caleb was Misha. So this Misha was boy, but Bear was girl. Anyway, this Misha, he was the father of Ziph, who was father of Marisha, who was the father of Hebron. The sons of Hebron were Korah, Tapua, Rechem, and Shema. Shema was father of Raham, who was the father of Jokram, and Rechem was the father of Shammai. Shammai's son was Meon, the father of Bethzur. Bethzur. Uh, also noted Caleb. Caleb's concubine Ephah bore him Haran, Moza, and Gizez. And Haran had a son named Gazez as well. Anyway, back to Jadai, who whose whose kid was Jadai. This who is Jadai? Oh, I'm keeping my finger here and I'm going back. I'm looking for anything. Who is this person? I don't see a Jedi anywhere in the pre. I'm confused. I do not like being confused. It's not any of the names in bold. Jahdi. Jehu, son of Jechemiah, son of Elishama, son of Caleb. Nishu is father Zeph, father of nations, father of Hebron, son of Hebron. Who is this person? I do not see Jedi anywhere. If he was in last chapter, I am going to be so irritated. Am I really going back that far? Okay, I don't see him in bold here either, and I am not going back farther than that. If I am admittedly not the best at remembering lists in general. My eyes tend to kind of go whenever I go on like Indeed or anything that is just a bunch of names in a row that I have to click on. It kind of freaks me out a little bit. But I thought I was paying attention here. The voice is helping. I do not know where this person, Jedi, came from. I do not see him anywhere. But we're going to continue. The sons of Jedi, whoever that is, you some kind of Jedi waving your hand. It's like, he's from Coruscant. That's where he's from. Anyway, so Regem, Jotham, Jesham, Pelet, Ephah, and Shaph. Another of Caleb's concubines, Macacah, bore him Sheber, Tirhana, and Shaph, the father of Madmanah, and Shiva, the father of Macbenah and Gibeah. Caleb also had a daughter whose name was Aksa. The sons of Hur, who was oldest son of Caleb, and Ephrathah were Shobal, the father of Jerim, Salma, the father of Bethlehem, and Hareth, the father of Bethgader. Shobal's sons included Kiriath Jearim and Haroeth, the ancestor of half of the Menuoth tribe. The families of Kiriath Jearim were the Ethrites, the Puthites, the Shumathites, and the Mishraites, from whom descended the Zorathites and the Ishmaelites. I will go back after I've done the video. It's still bothering me. Yes, it is still bothering me. I don't know where Jedi came from. So after I finish this whole reading, I am going to go back and figure that out. I'll look it up on the internet if I have to. Anyway, it's probably super obvious, and I'm just tormenting myself for no reason. But anyway, let us continue on because the list just keeps going. The descendants of Salma were his son Bethlehem, the Netophathites, the Athajoib, half of the Mahathites, and the Zorites. They also included. I'm becoming Italian again. I went back the other way because I'm so frustrated. He just mm, Russian. We are Russian today. Russian. So the writers leaving Jebez, the Tirathites, the Shimeathites, and the Sukathites. All these were Kenites who descended from Hamath, the founder of the family of Rechab. King David's oldest son was Amnon. Did they do it again? They didn't mention Jesse. I would have. They just skipped a bunch. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm fine with that because I'm all for making lists shorter. But you did not mention Jesse, and you skipped to David. I don't remember who Jesse's father was. I don't remember where he is in all of this. Is that what happened with Jedi? They just skip a chunk and not tell me? You, you capitalist pig. I see you. Okay. Anyway, we're not going to worry about it. It is list. We have the full list back in the Old Testament. That is much easier to go because they don't jump around so much. We have the list from Adam. We have the streamlined list. We have streamlined list from Adam to David, And I think all the way from David to Jesus in Matthew, I believe. One of the four Gospels, maybe multiple, has the full list. So anything here we don't really care. I don't really care. I won't say nobody because I'm sure somebody cares, and I'm still going to look up for it, but not right now. Anyway, King David's oldest son was Amnon, who was born to his wife Ahinoam of Jezreel. The second was Daniel, whose mother was Abigail from Carmel. I remember her. The third was Absalom, the son of his wife Maacah, who was the daughter of King Talmai of Jeshur. Oh, Absalom. You should have got a haircut. Anyway, the fifth, no, the fourth was Adonijah, the son of Haggith. The fifth was Shephatiah, the son of Abtol. The sixth was Ephraim, the son of wife Eglah. These six were born to him in Hebron, where he reigned 7.5 years. Then he moved the capital to Jerusalem, where he reigned another 33 years. While he was in Jerusalem, his wife Bathsheba, the daughter of Amiel, became the mother of his sons Shimea, Shobab, Nathan, and Solomon. The bitch. my opinion of Solomon has gone down a bit from, yes, he was wisest king. He was still an idiot because he had too many wives. He thought with that head, not this head. Too much. Anyway, I still kind of like Solomon. I mean, he was not good in terms of he let his wives do too much, and he okay. So I have a weird opinion about Solomon now because he was David's son. He came from the Bathsheba thing, and he's a complicated. But he made the temple. He was a good king to the people. He was a wise king, but he let in idols. So he was the first of the slippery slope that led to many, many evil kings. So what can you do? Well, God took care of it. He, as we know from Chronicles, he just wiped out Judah, just just now in the story, because of all of that. So he's okay. We will not judge Solomon too harshly because we know many worse kings came after. Anyway, David also had 9 other sons: Ibhar, Shama, Ephilet, Noga, Nepheg, Japhiah, Shama, Elida, and Elphilet. This list does not include the sons of his concubines. Oof, you see where Solomon got it from. David also had a daughter, Tamar. Ah, I forgot that. These are the descendants of King Solomon: Rehoboam, Abijah, Asa, Jehoshaphat, Joram, Ahaziah, Joash, Amaziah, Azariah, Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, Manasseh, Amos, and Josiah. Jos- the sons of Josiah were Johanan, Jehoiakim, Zedekiah, Shalom. The sons of Jehoiakim were Jeconiah and Zedekiah. So these are the sons who were born to King Jeconiah during the years that he was under house arrest in Babylon, if I recall. So Shealtiel, Malchiram, Pedaiah, Shin, Azar, Jechamiah, Hosham, Nedabiah, Pedaiah was the father of Zerubbabel and Shimei. Zerubbabel's children were Meshulam, Hananiah, Hashba, Ohil, Berchiah, Hasdiah, Joshabesheth, Shilomith, a daughter. Hananiah's sons were Peltiah and Jeshiah. Jeshiah's son was Rephiah. Rephiah's son was Arnan. And Arnan's son was Obadiah. Obadiah's son was Shechaniah. Shechaniah's son was Shemaiah. Shemaiah had 6 sons, including Hattush, Igal, Bariah, Neariah, and Shaphat. Neariah had 3 sons, Elinoenai. that name that name has multiple hyphens in it, so you just look saying it out loud. It tickled me. I don't know why. I apologize. I want to say it one more time. Well, 2 more times because it's say it again. El Elioenai. I don't know why that name triggers the funny part of my brain. Anyway, that person uh, was one of 3 sons from Nearia. So that person, his Kia Azrikam, Elioenai had seven sons. So he got busy. So I guess that's pretty normal considering this list we've been on. Um, Hodavia, Eliashib, Peliah, Ahub, Johanan, Deliah, Anani. These are the sons of Judah: Perez, Hezron, Carmi, Hur, Shobol. And then Shobol's sons were Reaiah, was the was the father of Jahath, the ancestor of Ahumai and Lahad. These were known as the Zorathite clans. The descendants of Etam were Jezreel, Ishma, Idbash, Hazelaponi, his daughter, Penuel, the ancestor of Gedor, Ezer, the ancestor of Husha, the son of Hur, the oldest son of Ephrathah, who was the father of Bethlehem. I hate this list so much, especially this particular one because it had the freaking Jedi from nowhere flew in from freaking Coruscant. I'm not gonna let it bother me. I'm not gonna let it bother me. I'm not gonna do. I'm not going to go down rabbit hole after this. I'm going to stop myself. I apologize for my rant. It's just I was the name was not there, and it was. Oh, well. I prefer the streamlined list in Matthew. At least it was only the one person from each line going straight from Adam to Jesus. So it was easier to follow. This video has gone on 23 minutes. I apologize. Uh, it's a lot of names. Anyway, we move on to Acts 24, verse 1 to verse 27. 5 days later, Ananias, yeah, that's how you say that. Ananias, the high priest, arrived with some of the Jewish leaders and the lawyer Tertullus to make their accusations against Paul. When Tertullus was called forward, he laid charges against Paul in the following address to the governor: Your Excellency, you have given quietness and peace to us Jews and have greatly reduced the discrimination against us. And for this we are very, very grateful to you. But, lest I bore you, kindly give me your attention for only a moment, as I briefly outline our case against this man. For we have found him to be a troublemaker, a man who is constantly inciting the Jews throughout the entire world to riots and rebellions against the Roman government. He is a ringleader of the sect known as the Nazarenes. Moreover, he was trying to defile the temple when we arrested him. We would have given him what he justly deserves. But Lysias, the commander of the garrison, came and took him violently away from us, demanding that he be tried by Roman law. You can find out the truth of our accusations by examining him yourself. Then all the other Jews chimed in, declaring that everything Tertullus said was true. Now it was Paul's turn. The governor motioned for him to rise and to speak. Paul began. I know, sir, that you have been a judge of Jewish affairs for many years, and this gives me confidence as I make my defense. You can quickly discover that it was no more than 12 days ago that I arrived in Jerusalem to worship at the temple, and you will discover that I have never incited a riot in any synagogue or on the streets of any city. And these men certainly cannot prove these things they accuse me of doing. But one thing I do confess, that I believe in a way of salvation which they refer to as a sect. I follow that system of serving the God of our ancestors. I firmly believe in the Jewish law and everything written in the books of prophecy. And I believe, just as these men do, that there will be a resurrection of both the righteous and the ungodly. Because of this, I try with all my strength to always maintain a clear conscience before God and man. After several years away, I returned to Jerusalem with money to aid the Jews and to offer a sacrifice to God. My accusers saw me in the temple as I was presenting my thank offering. I had shaved my head, as their law required, and there was no crowd around me, and no rioting. But some Jews from Turkey were there, who ought to be here if they have anything against me. But look, ask these men right here what wrongdoing their counsel found in me, except that I said one thing I shouldn't when I shouted out, I am here before the council to defend myself for believing that the dead will rise again. Felix, who knew Christians didn't go around starting riots, told the Jews to wait for the arrival of Lysias, garrison commander, and then he would decide the case. He ordered Paul to prison, but instructed the guard to treat him gently, and not to forbid any of his friends from visiting or bringing him gifts, to make his stay more comfortable. A few days later, the Felix came with Drusilla, his legal wife, a Jewess. Sending for Paul, they listened as he told them about faith in Christ Jesus. And as he reasoned with them about righteousness and self-control and the judgment of to come, Felix was terrified. Go away for now, he replied, and when I have a more convenient time, I will call for you again. He also hoped Paul would bribe him, so he sent for him from time to time and talked with him. 2 years went by in this way. Then Felix was succeeded by Porcius Festus. And because Felix wanted to gain favor with the Jews, he left Paul in chains. Let's see here. Now we will go on to Psalms chapter 4, verses 1 through 8. O God, you have declared me perfect in your eyes. You have always cared for me in my distress. Now hear me as I call again. Have mercy on me. Hear my prayer. The Lord God asks, Sons of men, will you forever turn my glory into shame by worshipping these silly idols, when every claim that's made for them is false? Mark this well. The Lord has set apart the redeemed for himself. Therefore he will listen to me and answer when I call to him. Stand before the Lord in awe, and do not sin against him. Lie quietly upon your bed in silent meditation. Put your trust in the Lord and offer him pleasing sacrifices. Many say that God will never help us. Prove them wrong, O Lord, by letting the light of your face shine down upon us. Yes, the gladness you have given me is far greater than their joys at harvest time as they gaze at their beautiful, bountiful crops. I will lie down in peace and sleep, for though I am alone, O Lord, you will keep me safe. Now for Proverbs. Now for Proverbs. Uh, Sorry, my brain glitched a moment. It's chapter 18, verses 16 through 18. A gift does wonders. It will bring you before men of importance. Any story sounds true until someone tells the other side and sets the record straight. A coin toss ends arguments and settles disputes between powerful opponents. Even the Bible likes coins, coin flips. If you don't know what to do, flip a coin. God will make sure it lands the correct way. Which is not to say that you always follow the coin. Sometimes you flip the coin and then you're like, oh. And you're like, oh, now I know what I actually wanted. And then you do what you actually wanted, despite the coin telling you one thing. Because God knew that that would reveal the truth. Anyway, I had so many tangents. They better you stupid Jedi. This video has gone on 30 minutes. I apologize. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed my descent into madness. I'm becoming Gru, who is just Russian but more bouncy. Anyway, God bless you and go away. God bless you and go away.